Want to speak real Japanese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at JapanesePod101.com.
元日とは年の初めを祝う日です。カレンダーでは1月1日のみが祝日ですが、実際には1日から3日までを三が日と呼び、会社や店によっては休業するところもあります。毎年この時期独特の行事や慣習があります。新たな年になって最初に会った時は、明けましておめでとうございますと挨拶します。元日の朝のことを特別に何と呼ぶでしょうか？正解はこのビデオの最後に紹介します。自宅や海辺、山頂などで初日の出を拝みます。元日の朝食にはお雑煮やおせち料理を食べます。雑煮は餅が入った汁物で、地方や家庭によって味付けが違います。伸びる餅のように命が伸びますようにと長寿を願って食べるのです。おせち料理も健康で無事に1年が過ごせるようにという願いが込められた食べ物です。そして神様から1年の加護をいただくため、晴れ着を着て家族や友人と一緒に初詣に行きます。日本では正月になると前の年にお世話になった人や友人、知人などに年賀状を送る習慣があります。年賀状には新年の挨拶や抱負を書いたり、その年の干支の絵や近況が伝わる写真などを印刷したりします。昔は年の初めにお年始といって知人宅に挨拶に行ったり、反対に知人が訪ねてきたりする習わしがありました。次第に簡素化され、現在の年賀状になったと言われています。子供たちは両親や祖父母、親戚や両親の知人などからお年玉をもらいます。これは正月だけの特別なお小遣いで、子供たちはとっても楽しみにしています。お年玉は紙製のお年玉袋に入れて渡されます。金額の相場は小学生では3000円から5000円くらい、中学生では5000円程度、高校生や大学生になると1万円前後です。一般的に初詣は正月の日中にお参りをしますが、大晦日の深夜0時、前の年から新しい年に切り替わる時間帯に神社をお参りする人もいます。これを2年参りと呼びます。さて、ここでクイズの答えです。正解は元旦です。旦の字は太陽を表す日という漢字の下に、左から右に向かって横棒を1本書きますね。これは地平線から昇りつつある太陽を表しているのです。だから元旦という言葉は1月1日の朝を意味していることになります。いかがでしたか？初めて知ったことはありましたか？皆さんの国ではどのようにお正月をお祝いしますか？ぜひ JapanesePod101.com のコメント欄で教えてくださいね。それではまた。Do you guys know a lot about anime or manga? Which ones are your favorite? Do you want to know what Japanese people think? Anime is short for animation and manga is Japanese comics. Join me as I ask around here in Akihabara. Let's go! 漫画かアニメどちらが好きですか？
漫画ですね。でも漫画を実写化したアニメも好きです。
難しいですね。でも漫画の方が好きです。
アニメの方が好きです。
アニメの方が好き。
漫画ですね。
漫画。
まあ漫画ですね。
アニメが好きですね。
どっちも好きですけどやっぱりアニメの方が。
アニメ。
はい。
漫画の方が好きですね。
アニメですね。
僕漫画ですね。
漫画です。
そうですね。どっちも好きですけど、どっちかっていうと漫画の方が好きですけど。
アニメが好きです。
漫画の方が好きです。
漫画の方が好き。
自分も正直漫画派で。
漫画派。好きな漫画とかありますか？
はい、シャーマンキングっていう漫画が好き。はい、古いジャンプの漫画なんですけど。
東京グールです。
東京グール。
京志郎2030っていう漫画があるんですけど、
京志郎2030、初めて聞きました。
ジャングルの王者ターちゃんの作者の人の、
こち亀。
おー、こち亀。私でもわかります。
孤独のグルメとか好きです。
今ドラマやってるやつですか？好きな漫画は何ですか？
鋼の錬金術師とか、あとエアギアとか、あと魔法先生に決まったちょっと昔のやつなんですけど。
ガンダムとか。
ガンダム。
最近だとマガジンの7つの大罪っていう
7つの大罪。
漫画が好きですね。
好きなアニメありますか？
好きなアニメ、最近で言うと、ウマ娘が。はい。
娘。
はい。今現実で活躍してた馬娘とか、もう現役を引退してしまった馬とかをモチーフにした擬人化のアニメなんですけれども、はい。
好きなアニメはアニメっていうかなんか朝やってるプリキュアが結構好きで、それはもう欠かさず見てます。
今も朝に放送、日曜日の朝ですか？
そうですね。日曜日の朝に放送してるので、起きれないのでビデオ撮って起きてから見てます。
ありがとうございます。
手塚治虫のアニメとかが好きです。
特にどれが好きですか？
ジャングル大帝とか。
ジャングル大帝、探偵、
大帝。
ジャングル大帝。初めて聞いた。鉄腕アトム有名ですよね。
まあやっぱり秋葉原でシュタインズゲートですかね。
秋葉原シュタインズゲート。
いや秋葉原なので、まあシュタインズゲートっていうアニメが秋葉原が舞台になってるんで。
そうなんですか。
そうです。
シュタインズゲート。
はい。
今なんですかね。やっぱ今ゲームなんですけど、このディアボリックラバーズですかね。
本当だ。すごいいっぱい。これ多分見て興奮してる人何人かいると思いますけど。
今やってるやつだったらひな祭りっていうアニメが面白い。
ひな祭り。今テレビでやってるんですか？
やってます。
コミックガールズっていう、はい、今期やってるやつなんですけど、
っていうアニメ。
はい。ちょっと好きな声優さんが出てるんで、スロースタートっていう、1月から3月までやってた、まだ結構最近のアニメなんですけど、それ一緒で好きな声優さん出てて。
好きな声優さんはちなみに誰ですか？
峯内智美さんです。
皆さん結構そういう声優が好きで見るっていうことが多いんですかね？
でも多分普通のアニメ好きの人は絵とか見て決めるんだと思うんですけど、自分らは声優さん好きな感じなんで、アニメというよりかはなんで声優見て決めるって感じですよ。
好きなキャラクターはいますか？
金木くん。
金木くん。主人公ではないです。
主人公です。
ヒロイン役のアンナちゃんっていう子が大好きで、はい、アニメでは林原めぐみさんっていうエヴァンゲリオンでレイの声優やってた方が声当ててる。そうですそうです。声当てる方が声当ててらっしゃって、すごいハマり役で、そっちはアニメも好きなんですよね。はい。
主人公が京志郎っていうんですけど、京志郎がすごい強くて、おバカで結構結構
コメディっぽい感じのやつですか？
コメディとバトルとみたいな感じですね。
インチョキ道っていう。
インチ
ョキ道。
知らない。どういうキャラクターですか？
なんか骨董屋の店主みたいな感じです。
好きなキャラクター、そうですね、いっぱいありますね。
例えば一番は
じゃあ1番であげるならコードギアスのルルシュ・ランペルージュかな。はい。
好きなキャラクターはプリキュアのキャラクターだと今やってるハグタンっていう赤ちゃんのキャラクターがすごい可愛くて、
カオスちゃんっていう。カオスちゃん
ってなんかカオス
そういうカオスじゃないんですけど、そうですね、萌田薫子っていう本名で、そうですね。で相性っつうか、そのコミック書くんで、なんか原作のペンネームみたいなのがカオスっていう。
初めて聞いた。
アムロとか。
アムロってガンダムのアムロですよね。なるほど。 ちなみに聞くの忘れたんですけど、これは何ていうキャラクターですか？
ディアボリックラバーズの、スバルくんっていう。
スバルくん。で、一番好きなキャラクターはこのスバルくん、スバルさんですかね。
そうです。
その主人公のメリオダスっていうキャラクターが
かっこいい名前です。
かっこいいですよね。
そのメリオダスが好きなキャラクター、
ですね。
セーラームーンだったら誰が好きですか？
ヴィーナス。
あ、ヴィーナス。黄色の子ですよね。同じです。好きなキャラクターは何ですか？
コードギアスのルルーシュが本当に大好きです。
ありがとうございます。Here's today's keywords and phrases. 何々派 explaining a type of person. 擬人化 personalification. 声優 voice actor. キャラクター character. 実写化 live action adaptation. 主人公 main character. 愛称 nickname. 登場人物 the characters in a play or novel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now I feel like watching anime. What are the top 3 anime you recommend? Please tell us in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Imagine you're on a plane. There's someone next to you. What do you say? こんにちは、リサです。Hi, I'm Lisa. Introducing yourself in Japanese is easy. In this lesson, you're going to learn how with Mark and Shunsuke, who meet on a plane. Mark's moving to Tokyo. His family is going to join him later in the month. Shunsuke is in the seat when Mark gets on the plane. Let's watch.
すみません。
あ、すみません。
はじめまして。私はマークです。
マークさん、はじめまして。小林俊介です。
すみません。もう一度お願いします。ゆっくりお願いします。
小林俊介。
小林俊介。
はい、そうです。でも、俊と呼んでください。
俊、よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Now with English.
すみません。
あ、すみません。
はじめまして。私はマークです。
マークさん、はじめまして。小林俊介です。
すみません。もう一度お願いします。ゆっくりお願いします。
小林俊介。
小林俊介。
はい、そうです。でも、俊と呼んでください。
俊、よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Here are the keywords from the scene.
私、
私 I 私私私
でも、
でも but でもでもでも
すみません。
すみません Excuse me すみませんすみませんすみません
はじめまして。
はじめまして Nice to meet you はじめましてはじめましてはじめまして
もう一度。
もう一度 Once more もう一 一度、もう一度、もう一度、
ゆっくり、
ゆっくり、slowly、ゆっくり、ゆっくり、ゆっくり、
はい、
はい、yes、はい、はい、はい。
Here are the key phrases from the scene.
The first phrase was used by Mark to have the Japanese speaker repeat himself. He said,
もう一度お願いします。
もう一度お願いします。Once more, please. もう一度お願いします。もう一度お願いします。Now you try it. Now say Mark's line after Shun speaks.
はじめまして、小林俊介です。
すみません。もう一度お願いします。
The second phrase was used by Mark to have the Japanese speaker talk more slowly. Recall what he said.
ゆっくりお願いします。
ゆっくりお願いします。Slowly, please. ゆっくりお願いします。Now you try. Say Mark's next line after he speaks.
すみません。もう一度お願いします。ゆっくりお願いします。
The third phrase was used by Mark and Shun at the end of their self-introductions. Do you remember what they said?
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします. In this situation, meaning, nice to meet you. There's no equivalent in English as the meaning is derived from the context of usage. よろしくお願いします. Now you try. Fill in the line for Mark.
でも、俊と呼んでください。
しゅん。よろしくお願いします。
After Mark repeated Shun's name, Shun confirmed that he had the right pronunciation. How did he do that?
はい、そうです。
はい、そうです。Yes, that's right. はい、そうです。はい、そうです。Now it's your turn. Fill in the line for Shun.
小林俊介。
はい、そうです。
Now, the lesson focus. Here's how to introduce yourself. Ready?
Do you remember how Mark introduced himself in Japanese?
はじめまして。私はマークです。
When Mark introduces himself in Japanese, he starts with a set phrase, meaning, nice to meet you. はじめまして. Then he says, I'm Mark. 私はマークです. The first word in this sentence is 私, I. The next part of the sentence is は. This is a topic marking particle. It marks I as the topic of the sentence. Think of it like the as for in the expression as for me. The next word of the sentence is the character's name, Mark. 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 Your name goes here when you introduce yourself. Then, the next word in the sentence is です. This is like the am in I am. It's a linking verb. Together, it's 私はマークです. I, Mark, am. In English, I'm Mark. The sentence pattern is
私は
your name.
です。
Now you try. Imagine your name is John. Say, I'm John in Japanese.
私はジョンです。
I'm John. Now, imagine your name is Aiko. Say, I'm Aiko in Japanese.
私はアイコです。
I'm Aiko. Now use your own name. There's two things you should know. First, there's a shortcut to giving your name.
小林俊介です。
The only difference is you drop
私は
since it's understood you're talking about yourself. Second, Japanese people usually say their full names, or only their family names, when they introduce themselves.
小林俊介です。
小林
is a family name,
俊介
is a given name.
小林俊介
In Japanese, the family name comes first, and then the given name. He could also just say the family name instead of both the family name and the given name.
小林です。
Imagine your name is John Smith. Introduce yourself in the Japanese style, family name first.
私はスミス・ジョンです。
Now use the shortcut version.
スミス・ジョンです。
Next, you'll learn how to tell people to call you by a nickname, just like Shun did in the scene.
俊と呼んでください。
The first part is
俊
a common nickname for men named Shunsuke. Your own nickname goes here. The next part is
と
which marks a quotation, kind of like a spoken quotation mark. Next is the phrase
呼んでください。
please call. Together, it's
俊と呼んでください。
please call me Shun. The word for I is not mentioned in the Japanese sentence, but if you say this after introducing your name, it makes perfect sense.
俊と呼んでください。
The sentence structure is your nickname
と呼んでください。
Now you try. Imagine your nickname is Matt. Say, please call me Matt in Japanese.
マットと呼んでください。
Please call me Matt. Now, imagine your nickname is I. Say, please call me I in Japanese.
アイと呼んでください。
Please call me I. Now use your own nickname. Say, please call me your nickname in Japanese.
Now, it's time to practice your new ability.
It's your first day in Japan, and you're meeting your new neighbor. Ready? Here we go. What's the first thing you say to someone you've just met?
はじめまして。
How do you tell someone your name?
私は
Your name?
です。
はじめまして。私は小林俊介です。
How do you tell someone your nickname? Your nickname.
と呼んでください。
俊と呼んでください。
What's the last thing you say to someone you've just met?
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Great job! You've just introduced yourself in Japanese. You'll follow this same pattern many times, so be sure to practice it.
よくできました。 Now, watch the scene one more time. After that, go and practice with all your Japanese friends or with us in the comments. じゃあまたね。
すみません。
あ、すみません。
はじめまして。私はマークです。
マークさん、はじめまして。小林俊介です。
すみません。もう一度お願いします。ゆっくりお願いします。
小林俊介。
小林俊介。
はい、そうです。でも、俊と呼んでください。
俊、よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
皆さんこんにちは。Hi everyone and welcome back to JapanesePod101.com's Katakana. In the last lesson, we learned the Hiragana characters ta, chi, tsu, te, and to. Be sure to review the last lesson if you're not feeling confident. After this lesson, you'll have learned over half of the Hiragana characters. Keep going, but don't forget to review the ones that you've already learned. We'll start with na. Na is one of just 3 Hiragana characters that have 4 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Natsu. Summer. Anata. You. Next up is ni. 1. There's a hane right here. 2, 3. The character kind of looks like a knee. These 2 strokes are the kneecap. Do you see it? Niku. Meat. Kani. Crab. Here is n. The first stroke goes at an angle. The second stroke crosses over twice and ends in a loop. Inu. Dog. Kinu. Silk. Let's learn net. The first stroke is straight up and down. Then we cross it once, twice, 3 times, and finish in a loop. Think of this loop as a fish swimming in a net. Think of this loop as a fish swimming in a net. Neko. Cat. Okane. Money. Finally, here's no. Just think of this as a sign with a slash through it, like a no smoking sign. Inoshishi. Wild boar.
Ono.
Axe. Now let's have a short quiz. I'll show you the hiragana and you read it. Bonus points if you remember what it means. Anata. You. 犬 dog お金 money. Now it's time for Chihiro's tip. Hiragana has evolved from more complex Chinese characters called kanji. Some kanji had easily recognizable sounds, so they were used phonetically. Then those were simplified over time and are used in the hiragana today. That's why you can find some kanji that look like hiragana and sound similar too. Have you ever given hana to your haha? In the next lesson, you'll learn how to write flower and mother in hiragana. See you next time.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella. How are your Japanese listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
本屋さんで女の人が店員に頼んでいます。女の人はどの本が見たいですか？すみません。あの棚の上の本を見たいのですが。
どの本ですか？
車の本です。
ちょっと待ってください。これですか？
はい、そうです。
どうぞ。
女の人はどの本が見たいですか？本屋さんで女の人が店員に頼んでいます。女の人はどの本が見たいですか？すみません。あの棚の上の本を見たいのですが。
どの本ですか？
車の本です。
ちょっと待ってください。これですか？
はい、そうです。
どうぞ。
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Hi everyone, it's Risa. Today I'm here at Konbini. Konbini is shortened for convenience store. コンビニはとっても便利で生活に欠かせない一部となっています。There's more than 6,000 convenience stores in Tokyo and it's normally open for 24 hours. Wow! How convenient. Convenience store is very convenient, but normally it's a little bit expensive than supermarket. And I'm here at Family Mart. I like Family Mart because they have a fresh made cafe latte for 100 yen. There's another popular convenience stores such as 7-Eleven, Lawson. I like natural Lawson. They normally sell some kind of organic products. In convenience store, you can buy drinks, food, sweets and snacks, ice creams, and there's an ATM as well. And you can do photocopier, so pretty much of everything. Sometimes convenience store has a place to eat, so you can just buy food from the convenience store, then maybe go upstairs to eat bento. Let's go and get it. Oh, Yukimi Daifuku has a seasonal flavor. My favorite is Yukimi Daifuku. These ice creams are Family Mart brand, so you can get only from the Family Mart. I like these drinks, the warm drinks. I like this one. Yemon. Damn. These are the bento boxes, and if you buy bento box, normally they asked you if you need to warm up the bento, you can warm it up. This is 鶏そぼろ弁当。鶏のそぼろと、あと卵と、あとこれ唐揚げかなが入ってます。で、お寿司の中に唐揚げが入ってます。There's fried chicken inside of the sushi bowl. There's many kind of gummies. I recommend you to buy this one, 果汁グミ。Fresh strawberry juice, 100%. 100% of fresh strawberry juice. This 果汁グミ has different flavors. My favorite is orange and grapes. 果汁グミ。Oh, look, 納豆、豆腐、納豆、めかぶ。納豆 is a fermented beans. I like them. It's healthy. Healthy. There's a can coffee, which is correlated with Star Wars. May the force be with you. Darth Vader. I had enough with you. Oh my God, Meg! 桜ラズベリーミルク。期間限定のスターバックス桜ラズベリーミルクチェリーブロッサムラズベリーミルク。あ、なんか新しいやつある。これ買ってみよう。チャイティーラテ。There's so many different flavors like 担々麺、担々麺、chili tomato, tom yum noodle, curry noodle. Oh, this one is quite famous one. Afri, yuzu. They are quite popular for people from overseas. My favorite cup ramen. I normally don't really eat cup noodles because I know it's not really good for your health. But I don't know.
Premium series.
Yeah. Ooh, this looks nice. I like this gyuhi. すいません。カフェラテ一つください。ホットカフェラテで。
150円でございます。
はい、パスモで払えますか？
はい。少々お願いします。そしてどれですか？
はい。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。まず置いて、カフェラテなんかすごい出てくるんだけど。カフェラテ。Press the button. I'm gonna put sugar in it. あとの方がやっぱいいか。取るとして。いつもそうやってやるからさ。で、砂糖とかいろいろあるから砂糖を入れて、あといろんなこういうココアシュガーとかキャラメルシュガー、バニラシュガー、キャラメルとかあるので好きなのを味付けできます。ココアにしよう。ココアシュガー。じゃあいただきます。桜餅です。新発売。130円。桜餅ってなんか桜の葉っぱで包まれたお餅。桜の葉っぱの匂いがする。smells good. It makes me feel like spring is coming. いただきます。手で食べますよ。生クリームと粒あんと、美味しい。This is Eat in Space. You can buy food or drink you bought in Family Mart, and you can eat them in here, in this area. That's it. That's how the convenience stores are like in Japan. すごく便利で本当にいろんなものを置いてます。Here's some phrases you might use in the convenience store, or you might hear in the convenience store. いらっしゃいませ。Welcome in. お弁当、Japanese lunchbox、カップラーメン、instant noodles、写真プリント、picture printing、未成年、a minor, below 20 years old。温めますか？ Do you want it heated up? 袋はいらないです。I don't need a bag. Do you have a memorable experience in Japanese convenience store or in your country? If you have, please let us know in the comments. Do you want to move to Japan? You should check out the top 20 lessons that will help you to be prepared for the first week. You can find the link in the description. Thank you for joining us. Bye! And wait, Hi everyone! Welcome to Basic Japanese Writing, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to master the Japanese alphabet. You've learned all the 46 hiragana characters from the previous lessons. Now, it's time to move on to katakana. In this lesson, you learn about katakana, how it is different from hiragana, and the 5 katakana vowels. Katakana is the exact equivalent of hiragana when it comes to pronunciation. The main difference is how the characters look and when they are used. Katakana characters tend to look more angular. There is also almost nothing in common with how katakana characters look compared to their hiragana counterparts, except for a few characters. So why is it that we need to learn 2 basic writing systems when they both sound exactly the same? The main use of katakana is to differentiate and spell out foreign words using the Japanese syllabary. This makes it easier for Japanese people to know how they are approximately pronounced. Most country names, foreign names, and all loan words from the modern era are written in katakana. Katakana is also used to write down onomatopoeia sounds like how you would see sound effects written in Japanese manga. It is also used to write some technical or scientific words. Finally, katakana is also used for emphasis, just like how English uses italics. Okay, it's time to learn your first katakana. Are you ready? Here we go! This is the katakana character, a. To remember this character, try comparing it with an axe. Do you see it? Katakana a is written in 2 strokes. The first stroke is a horizontal stroke which starts from the left and turns sharply to make a short curve. The second stroke starts a bit to the top of where the first stroke ends. It goes down, almost touches the end of the first stroke, continues down, and curves to the left. Try to keep this part centered to keep a good balance. Okay, let's see it again. Next up is the katakana character, I. Think of this character as an easel on its side. Katakana I is written in 2 strokes. The first stroke is a curved diagonal line starting from this point and going down to the left end. The second stroke starts from the middle of the first stroke and goes straight down. Okay, let's see again. The third one is the katakana, U. Katakana U actually looks like an angular version of the hiragana U. Here's a special use of the dakten, unique to katakana. It is added to the character U to signify the letter V. However, there is no V sound in Japanese, so most people would pronounce this as a B sound. Katakana U is written in 3 strokes. Instead of a short slanted stroke, start with a short vertical stroke. Next, draw another short vertical stroke to the left of the first stroke. For the final stroke, start from where the second stroke started and draw a long horizontal line touching the end of the first stroke. When you reach the rightmost part, turn sharply down and make a curve. Okay, let's see again. This is the katakana character, e. Try imagining this character as elevator doors. Katakana e is written in 3 strokes. First, draw a horizontal line on the top. Then, draw the second stroke from the middle of the first stroke down to the bottom. Finally, draw another horizontal line at the bottom, touching the end of the second stroke at the center as well. Make sure the third stroke is longer than the first stroke to have a good balance. Okay, let's see it again. Now, our final character for this lesson, the katakana o. To remember o, try to think of it as an opera singer. O. Katakana o is written in 3 strokes. The first stroke is a long horizontal stroke going from left to right. The second stroke is a vertical line that intersects the first stroke 1/3 of the way from the right. It ends with a hane. The third stroke starts from where the first and second stroke intersect. It's a slightly curved diagonal line going outward. Make sure the third stroke doesn't go lower than the second stroke. Okay, let's see again. Unlike hiragana, where long vowel sounds are indicated using another vowel character, katakana writing makes use of the nobashi bo. So instead of writing a with 2 a characters, we would write it like this. Literally, nobashi bo means stretching vowel. So when you see it, just remember that you have to stretch the vowel of the character that comes before it. In order to accommodate more sounds available from foreign words, katakana uses the small versions of the vowel characters to make digraphs outside of those used in Japanese. For example, since Japanese doesn't have a character for a wi or we sound, the katakana u paired with a small I or e is used to denote those sounds. Wi, we. Because they are digraphs though, they would still be pronounced for the same duration as all the other syllables. Here are the digraphs you can form using the katakana vowels alone. Ye, wi, we, wo, wa, bi, be, wo. Since most Japanese people can't distinguish between the V and B sounds, these last 4 digraphs tend to also be spelled using the B characters, ba, bi, be, and bo. I'll be teaching you more katakana digraphs when we encounter the character that the small vowels could be paired up with. Let's see all the characters again. A, I, U, W, E, O. Here are the new digraphs as well. Ye, wi, we, wo, wa, bi, be, wo. Now, let's review what you've learned. I'll show you a character or a word and give you time to say them. Ready? O, zo. Even though we moved to katakana, don't forget your hiragana characters. I, it's like an easel on its side. Mu, remember the cow? Moo. Ye, we. This is what Japanese people would say when we realize something. Like, I forgot my wallet. Oh. On the other hand is what we say when we are amazed. Great job! Remember, even if foreign words are adapted by Japanese, this doesn't mean they are pronounced the same way as the original word. You still need to pronounce them using the Japanese syllabary in order for Japanese people to understand you. Okay, let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what you've learned. In this lesson, you've learned 5 katakana vowels: a, I, u, e, and o. You also learned that the character u can be modified by a dakten to represent the v sound. And finally, some new digraphs: ye, we, we, wo, wa, bi, be, wo. よくできました。You've now mastered 51 Japanese characters. Can you guess which delicious word we can make from the katakana characters in the K column? Find out what it is in the next lesson. Before you go, practice writing the following words on your own. A, I, u, e, o, a, I, u. え？おー。エア。イェイ。ウィー。ウェア。AI。See you in the next lesson! またね!
Hi everyone! Welcome to the Ultimate Japanese Particle Guide. Particles are a very important part of the Japanese language. The particles used in a sentence give us critical information about the meaning. So if the wrong particles are used, the whole meaning of the sentence could change. That's why it's very important to know how to use the different particles in Japanese. The word for particle in Japanese is
助詞 助詞 In this series, we'll go over the main particles one by one. In this lesson, you'll learn the particle wa.
This particle is often referred to as the topic particle because it comes after the topic of the sentence and tells the listener what the sentence is about. We can translate this as for, or speaking of in English. Let's see how it functions in a sentence.
明日は土曜日です。
This means, as for tomorrow, it's Saturday. Let's break it down.
明日
Tomorrow.
は
As for. Notice that the particle is placed after the topic of the sentence. Then we have
土曜日
Saturday.
です。
This is the copula, which is the equivalent to is, am, or are in English. So literally it means, as for tomorrow, Saturday is. But of course, in natural speech, we'd say tomorrow is Saturday. There's an important point to remember about this particle's pronunciation.
This particle is written as the hiragana ha. However, when used as a particle, it is always pronounced wa.
Now let's take a look at a few more examples.
出身はどこですか?
Literally, as for your hometown, where is it? Or, where are you from?
今日は雨です。
Literally, As for today, it's rainy. Or, it's rainy today.
沖縄は暑い。
Literally, as for Okinawa, it's hot. Or, it's hot in Okinawa. We can also use this particle to show contrast between two items or ideas.
When we use it in this way, we mark the two items being contrasted with wa.
How does it work?
For example, if we want to contrast the object of a sentence, we replace the particle o or ga with wa.
This will make more sense when you hear some examples. So, can we hear an example?
Sure. 魚は食べます。でも肉は食べません。
This means, I eat fish, but I don't eat meat. Please note that the topic, I, as in I eat, is implied in this sentence. Let's examine our example sentence closely. First, let's start with the original sentences. Risa, how do you say, I eat fish?
魚を食べます。The object, which in this case is what I eat, is 魚. So 魚 is marked by the particle を。魚を食べます。
Okay, and how do we say, I don't eat meat?
Meat is 肉. The negative form of 食べます is 食べません。So 肉を食べません。If I add a topic, it will be 私は肉を食べません。
So now to contrast these two sentences, we replace the particle o with wa. So that gives us
魚は食べます。でも肉は食べません。でも means but.
So by using wa in this sentence, we are putting a lot of contrast between the two items. I eat fish, but I don't eat meat. Along with the particle o, the particle ga can also be replaced with wa to show contrast. In English, we often show this same kind of contrast through intonation. Let's take a look at a few more examples.
時間はあります。でもお金はありません。
I have time, but I don't have money.
犬は好きです。でも猫は嫌いです。
I like dogs, but I don't like cats.
アイスクリームは好きです。でもケーキは嫌いです。
I like ice cream, but I don't like cake. Now let's use what you learned in this lesson. We learned how to say, tomorrow is Saturday.
明日は土曜日です。
The particle marks the topic of the sentence to tell the listener what the sentence is about. The structure is topic,
は
something. Now let's try saying, I'm a student, using the same structure. Here are the words meaning I and student.
私、学生。
Try to say, I'm a student in Japanese. The answer is,
私は学生です。
did you get it right? In this sentence, wa marks the topic and subject. Let's try one more. We also learned how to say, I eat fish, but I don't eat meat.
魚は食べます。でも肉は食べません。
Here, the particle wa marks a contrast. We substituted
お
with
は
as we want to highlight the contrast between eating fish but not meat. So the structure is contrasted item.
は
Now let's try to say, I have a pen, but I don't have paper in Japanese. Here are the words for pen and paper. Normally, I have a pen is
ペンがあります。
I don't have paper is
紙がありません。
Now, try to say, I have a pen, but I don't have paper in Japanese. The answer is
ペンはあります。でも紙はありません。
Did you get it right? In this sentence, we need to show a contrast between pen and paper, so the particle wa follows them. In this lesson, you learned about the particle
は。
Want to learn Japanese even faster with your own teacher? Then upgrade to Premium Plus and get one-on-one access to a native teacher and a personalized learning program. You also get instant access to all of the lessons and study tools available in our premium plan. Want to remember and master these particles for good? Then get our free Particles PDF cheat sheet. You get all of the must-know particles and explanations for each one. Go to JapanesePod101.com/learnwithPDF and download this bonus resource. Be sure to like the video and subscribe so that you don't miss all of the Japanese lessons that are coming soon. And if you want to learn even faster, go to JapanesePod101.com and sign up for your free lifetime account to unlock the ultimate Japanese particle guide, the complete video course on particles. Click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account right now. In the next lesson, you'll learn about the particle
が。
See you in the next lesson. Bye!
Bye!
Minasan konnichiwa. Hi everyone and welcome back to JapanesePod101.com's Katakana. In the last lesson, we learned the Hiragana characters na, ni, nu, ne, and no. If you're not feeling confident about those, review the last lesson before continuing on. You've already learned 25 Hiragana characters, so let's make it 30. We'll start with ha. 1, 2, 3. The first stroke has a hane at the end of it. This character is sometimes pronounced differently, but we will talk about that in another lesson. Also, ha looks a lot like ke, but with a curve at the end. Try not to confuse them. Here's haha. Mother. And here's hana. Flower. Next we have hi. Write it all with one stroke. Over, down, around, and like this at the end. Hito means person, and hikui means low. Now let's move on to fu. Fu is written with 4 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, it's pronounced fu, not fu or fu. Your teeth don't touch your bottom lip. If you put your hand in front of your mouth, you should feel a puff of air when you say it. Here's fuku, which means clothes. And futa, which means lid. Next is he. He should all be 1 stroke. The second part should be longer than the first. There's also another way to pronounce he, but we'll save that for another lesson. Heso means belly button, and heta means unskilled. Our last character today is ho. 1, 2, 3, 4. This character looks a lot like ha that we talked about earlier. The difference is ho has an extra line on top right here. One example of ho is hone. Which means bone. Hosoi, which means slender. Now let's have a short quiz. I'll show you the hiragana and you read it. Bonus points if you remember what it means. Hana, flower. Hito, person. Hosoi, slim. Now it's time for Chihiro's tip. Can you think of any Japanese place names that use the hiragana that we have learned so far? Now you can write Fukuoka in southern Japan and Akasaka, a district in Tokyo where the JapanesePod101.com office is. For extra practice, find a map of Japan in English and see which place names you can write in hiragana. Pretty soon you'll be able to write them all. Have you ever seen a kuma in the wild? Kuma means bear, and we will learn how to write that word in hiragana and a lot more in the next lesson. See you then!
Hi! Welcome to Introduction to Japanese. My name is Alicia, and I'm joined by...
Hi everyone, I'm Risa. In this series, you learn everything you need to know to get started learning Japanese.
That's right, and we're here to help guide you through your journey. In this lesson, you'll learn the reasons you should start learning a new language, why you should learn Japanese in particular, and how to get started.
Let's begin with the most obvious question: why learn a new language?
There are countless reasons, but perhaps the biggest one of all is that it could actually change your life. Learning a new language unlocks new pathways that are off limits to you now. There are certain things that you simply cannot do without having the technical or cultural skills that come from learning a new language.
Like working or living in another country.
Knowing another language provides you with greater job opportunities. You have the freedom to move to another country halfway around the world and earn a living, or even better yet, build a career from it, instead of just being stuck in one place. Language allows you to visit or live in places that you may never have even considered going simply because that wasn't a possibility for you. Knowing another language simply gives you more options to choose from.
And learning a new language also helps you to be more open-minded and see the world from a new perspective.
Language and culture go hand in hand. The world is a big place, and by broadening your understanding of other cultures, it allows you to be more empathetic and understanding of the many different ways that people live their lives. With language, you're able to see and experience more, which helps you to grow as a person.
Learning a new language also improves your memory.
Several studies have consistently shown that those who study another language have improved memory as opposed to those who didn't learn another language. Learning another language also keeps your brain healthy by significantly delaying the onset of Alzheimer's and dementia. This difference can be as much as 4 to 5 more years of quality life.
And those are just some of the reasons you should learn another language. The list just goes on and on.
Now you know the benefits of studying another language, but why should you learn Japanese in particular?
Have you ever heard of Pokemon, Mario, or PlayStation? Well, they all came from Japan.
Japanese pop culture is huge. Many of the animations, comics, and games that are loved by people from all over the world were created in Japan. Not everything gets translated either, so unless you know Japanese, you're missing out on a lot of amazing things that Japanese pop culture has to offer.
And what about the fact that Japan is the third largest economy in the world?
Japan has one of the largest electronic goods industries in the world and is the world's third largest automobile manufacturer. It's also one of the highest ranked countries in terms of innovation. Knowing Japanese opens up many business opportunities. And knowledge of the language, of Japanese culture, their work ethic, and business etiquette can go a very long way in the world of business. Oftentimes, it could even make or break an important business deal. Knowing Japanese, then, will put you ahead of the pack.
Japan has one of the fastest growing tourism sectors in Asia. And actually, Japan will be hosting the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo.
We should add that the majority of the Japanese population can't speak English, so if you're planning on making a few friends in Japan, being able to speak at least some Japanese will get you a long way. There are many World Heritage Sites for you to see and enjoy in Japan. Perhaps the most famous one of all, an absolute icon of Japan, is Mount Fuji, the highest mountain in Japan.
Another spot that I really like is Himeji Castle. It's one of the finest examples of Japanese architecture during the period of feudal Japan.
Japan has a colorful history that spans thousands of years. The feudal period of Japan, the age of the samurai, lasted for nearly a millennium. Most notably, the country saw an unprecedented 250 years of peace and prosperity, giving rise to artistic, cultural, and social development, all of which you can see and enjoy in museums across Japan today.
So clearly, there are many reasons why you should learn Japanese.
Okay then, we've talked about why you should start learning a language and why you should start learning Japanese, but how should they get started, Risa?
Well, it's as simple as learning your first word in Japanese and building up from there.
The good news, though, is that you already know some Japanese.
Sushi, samurai, karaoke.
These are words that have made their way into English, but the reverse is also true. Many English words have also made their way into Japanese.
Ice cream, biru, butter.
In fact, 10% of all Japanese words used today come from English. This means that you already know a little more than 10% of all the words that exist in Japanese.
Let's teach you something that you might not know, but is very useful. Arigato. It means thank you in Japanese.
That's a useful phrase. Can you explain a little bit about what these characters are, though?
Sure. That's actually the Japanese writing system called kana. And it's not as hard as it looks. Japanese doesn't use alphabetical letters in its writing system like English does. Instead, we use a set of characters called kana. You can think of each character as a syllable. A, ri, ga, to, u.
You'll learn the Japanese writing system eventually, but for now, let's put up some romanization to help get you started.
This romanization is called romaji, and it allows you to read Japanese before you become familiar with Japanese characters.
That certainly makes things much easier to learn. Well, okay then. Now listen and repeat after Risa.
Arigato.
Now you try.
Arigato.
Your turn again.
Arigato.
Well done. Now you know how to say thank you in Japanese. We've covered a lot of things already, so why don't we wrap up the first lesson and recap on what we've learned. In this lesson, you learned that studying another language has many benefits, such as providing new job and business opportunities. Japan has a colorful history with many things for you to see and learn, and to say thank you in Japanese, it's
arigato.
In the next lesson, we're going to demystify Japanese pronunciation by taking a look at the sounds of Japanese. So be sure to watch the next video. See you in the next lesson. Bye!
Bye!
Minasan konnichiwa. Hi everyone, I'm Chihiro and welcome back to JapanesePod101.com's Kantan-kana series. If you've seen and practiced the last 13 lessons, then you've already learned Hiragana. Great job! Like always, if you come across some Hiragana characters you don't recognize, be sure to review the previous lessons. We'll be using what you've learned about Hiragana for the next alphabet, so make sure you're on top of it. That's right, the next alphabet. Kana is a term used to describe both Hiragana and Katakana. Both are used in Japanese writing and it's usually the next alphabet learned after Hiragana. Every Hiragana has a corresponding Katakana character. This means that there are 46 Hiragana and Katakana. There are no new sounds to learn, but Katakana is used for a very specific purpose. We learned Hiragana, which are used for Japanese words. But how would you write words that aren't originally Japanese, such as computer or Brad Pitt? The answer is, the word is said as closely as possible to the original, while just using the Japanese sounds that we learned when studying the Hiragana. So, computer becomes computer, and Brad Pitt becomes Brad Pitto. Some words sound very close to the word in the original language, like America for America, but some words get pretty beat up, like career for career. Katakana is also used for other things, but we'll get into those over the course of the next few lessons. For now, let's take care of the first 5 characters. We'll begin with a, 1, 2. The first stroke starts straight and then bends. The second stroke curves to the left. This character kind of looks like a capital A on its side. Next up is I, 1, 2. Just a slightly curved diagonal line over a straight line. Make sure this line goes right down the middle. Here is U, 1, 2, 3. The first 2 strokes are straight up and down. Does this character remind you of the Hiragana version? They look similar, don't they? This is E, 1, 2, 3. The bottom stroke should be slightly longer than the top stroke. Our last character is O, 1, 2, 3. Notice the hane at the end of the second stroke. Now it's time for Chihiro's tip. The first thing that might jump out at you about katakana is how angular their shapes are compared to hiragana. Most of the lines are fairly straight compared to hiragana, so it may look slightly mechanical. Because of this, when robots or computers speak in Japanese manga, the author will often write their words in katakana. How do you find the katakana so far? In the next lesson, we'll take on 5 more characters and start to make words. I'll see you then.
Hi everybody, Hiroko here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Japanese questions. The question for this lesson is, how often should I use watashi wa? So when I introduce myself, I can say watashi wa Hiroko desu, or just say Hiroko desu without saying watashi wa. Either of them means I'm Hiroko, and both are grammatically correct. So what's going on with this? If I introduce myself as simply Hiroko desu, it would be because it's obvious I'm introducing myself. When a subject or topic is obvious, we tend to omit it in the Japanese language. If you are with a group of strangers and you decide suddenly to introduce yourself, you can say watashi wa. But after you introduce yourself, you would continue talking without watashi wa, since it's obvious you're talking about yourself. So, what do you say when you introduce yourself to new friends? I'd say, はじめまして、ひろこです。日本から来ました。よろしくお願いします。I don't say, 私はひろこです、but just ひろこです。And not, 私は日本から来ました、but 日本から来ました。No 私 was at all. Because of the はじめまして, it's obvious I'm introducing myself. So I just said, ひろこです。So, when should you use watashi wa in a self-introduction? I join a party and my friend introduces his friend Hiromi to me. I notice she has a similar name to me. In this case, I'd say, Hiromi-san, はじめまして。私はひろこです with 私は. I'm emphasizing that I am and I am Hiroko because our names are so similar. I hope this makes sense to you and you can tell the difference between when watashi wa is necessary and not from now on. Do you have any more questions? Leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. またね!
In this video, you learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Japanese. Hi everybody, my name is Risa. Welcome to the 800 Core Japanese Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Japanese. But there's a twist. With each new lesson in the series, we'll include the previous lesson at the end. So, after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important part of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at JapanesePod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Japanese. Okay, let's get started. First is 嬉しい happy 嬉しい嬉しい happy チョコレートをもらって嬉しい I'm happy to get a chocolate. Yeah. チョコレートをもらって嬉しい悲しい sad 悲しい悲しい sad 悲しい顔で若者が一人座っている The sad teenager is sitting alone. 悲しい顔で若者が一人座っている怒っている angry 怒っている怒っている angry 何か怒ってる Are you angry at me? 何か怒ってる服 clothing 服服 clothing この服は風合いがいい This item of clothing has a nice texture この服は風合いがいい靴 shoe 靴靴 shoe 靴が5足あります There are 5 pairs of shoes 靴が5足あります靴下 sock 靴下靴下 sock この靴下は3足で1000円です These socks cost 1,000 yen for 3 pairs この靴下は3足で1000円です下着 underwear 下着下着 underwear 私の靴下と下着はタンスの一番上の引き出しにあります。My socks and underwear are in the top drawer of my dresser. 私の靴下と下着はタンスの一番上の引き出しにあります。話す talk 話す話す talk オペレーターが客と話す The operator talks with a customer オペレーターが客と話すあげる give あげるあげる give 映画のチケットをあげるI'll give you a movie ticket. 映画のチケットをあげる。低い low 低い低い low 彼はいつも低い声で話します。He always speaks in a low voice. 彼はいつも低い声で話します。高い high 高い高い high あの塔はかなり高いです。That tower is pretty high. あの塔はかなり高いです。フルーツ fruit フルーツフルーツ fruit マンゴーは南の国のフルーツだ。Mango is a fruit from southern countries. マンゴーは南の国のフルーツだ。タコ octopus タコタコ octopus タコが海を泳いでいる。The octopus is swimming in the ocean. タコが海を泳いでいる。サメ shark サメサメ shark サメが出てくる夢を見た。I had a dream about a shark. サメが出てくる夢を見た。クジラ whale クジラクジラ whale クジラは哺乳類です。Whales are mammals. クジラは哺乳類です。曇る cloudy 曇る曇る cloudy 外は曇ってきています。It's getting cloudy outside. 外は曇ってきています。涼しい cool 涼しい涼しい cool サンダルを履くと足が涼しい。When I wear sandals, my feet feel cool. サンダルを履くと足が涼しい。きゅうり cucumber きゅうりきゅうり cucumber きゅうりはよく生で食べられる。Cucumbers are often eaten raw. きゅうりはよく生で食べられる。ピーマン bell pepper ピーマンピーマン bell pepper ピーマンが嫌いな子供は多い。A lot of kids don't like bell peppers. ピーマンが嫌いな子供は多い。ブロッコリー broccoli ブロッコリーブロッコリー broccoli ブロッコリーは緑の野菜です。Broccoli is a green vegetable. ブロッコリーは緑の野菜です。Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at JapanesePod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You'll also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time. またね! Hi everyone, I'm Risa from JapanesePod101.com. Do you know how to say I love you in Japanese? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say I love you and a special phrase for Valentine's Day. Let's start with the most common phrase. 愛してる。愛してる。I love you. This phrase is direct. You should use it only when you're confessing your love. If you want to be less direct, you can use this phrase. あなたは私にとってとても大事な存在です。あなたは私にとってとても大事な存在です。It means you mean so much to me. Now, if you want to be more romantic in expressing your love for someone, you can say this phrase. 言葉であなたへの愛情は言い表せられない。言葉であなたへの愛情は言い表せられない。It means words can't describe my love for you. Now you know 3 different ways to say I love you in Japanese. And here's one more. What if you want to spend Valentine's Day with someone special? In that case, say this phrase. バレンタインを一緒に過ごしてくれる? Will you be my Valentine? Or literally, can we spend Valentine's Day together? バレンタインを一緒に過ごしてくれる? Let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what you've learned. Listen to the expression and repeat after me. I love you. 愛してる。愛してる。You mean so much to me. あなたは私にとってとても大事な存在です。あなたは私にとってとても大事な存在です。Words can't describe my love for you. 言葉であなたへの愛情は言い表せられない。言葉であなたへの愛情は言い表せられない。Will you be my Valentine? バレンタインを一緒に過ごしてくれる？バレンタインを一緒に過ごしてくれる？ Well done! Did you know that on Valentine's Day, women also give chocolates to male colleagues and classmates? They do this to show their gratitude for their positive working relationship, even if they have no romantic feelings. This is known as 義理チョコ or obligation chocolate. You just learned 3 different ways to say I love you in Japanese and 1 special phrase for Valentine's Day. And if you're interested in learning more, don't forget to download your free romance and love cheat sheet, which includes romance words, compliments, and pickup lines. Check out the description below and go to JapanesePod101.com now. I'll see you next time. またね! Hi everyone, this is Risa. Today we're gonna do 15 questions you should know. Let's go! あなたの誕生日はいつですか? When is your birthday? あなたの誕生日はいつですか? 私の誕生日は3月の7日です。My birthday is March 7th. 今日は私の友達の誕生日だ。おめでとう! おめでとう! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! はい、next! おいくつですか? How old are you? おいくつですか? 結構日本では会ってすぐに年齢聞かれたりすることがあると思うんですけど、もし日本に来てすぐ聞かれてもびっくりしないでね。お元気ですか? How are you? 友達同士だったらお元気ですかよりも元気って言います。元気元気お名前は? What's your name? お名前は? 私の名前はリサです。おがつくことでちょっと丁寧な意味になります。例えば、返事っていう言葉も、お返事っておがつくとちょっと丁寧になります。お名前は何ですか? 私の名前はリサと言います。名前は? リサです。 polite way, casual way です。これは何ですか？ What's this? これは何ですか？あれは何ですか？聞きたいものが遠いところにあるときに、これじゃなくてあれって言います。あれ。で、そのものが近くにあるときに、これは何ですか？とか、そういう使い分けですね。あれ、これ、あれ、これ、あれこれ、あれこれ。ご出身はどちらですか？ Where are you from? ご出身はどちらですか？私は日本出身です。彼女はアメリカ出身です。彼はフランス出身です。I'm from Japan. She's from America. He's from France. ご出身はどちらですか？トイレはどこですか？ Where is the bathroom? お店に行った時に私もだいたい使うのがトイレじゃなくてお手洗いって言います。お手洗いのがちょっと丁寧で綺麗な言葉なので、みんなだいたいお手洗いって聞いたり、トイレって聞いてもいいんですけど、お手洗いのがちょっと丁寧でいいかと思います。お手洗いはどこですか？どこで働いていますか？ Where do you work? もしこれ聞かれたときは、どこで働いてるか場所を聞かれてるのと、あと何をしてるか、両方含んでる意味なので、どちらでも答えていいと思います。例えば、どこで働いてますか？花屋さんで働いてます。とかですね。どこで日本語を習いましたか？ Where did you learn Japanese? どこで日本語を習いましたか？ Where did you learn Japanese? 両親から日本語を教わりました。I learned Japanese from my parents. どこに住んでいますか？ Where do you live? どこに住みたいですか？ Where do you want to live? ハワイに住んでみたいです。私は地中海のどっかの島に住みたいです。どのくらい日本語を習っていますか？ How long have you been studying Japanese? どのくらい日本語を習っていますか？ How long have you been studying Japanese? 日本語難しいですよね、きっと。でもなんか人によっては本当に結構短く言葉を覚えれる人がいるので、そういう才能欲しいですね。なんて言いましたか？ What did you say? なんて言いましたか？ What did you say? なんかいろんな言い方あるんですけど、例えば喋ってる時に聞くんだったら、何？とか、え？とか、もう一回言って。いろいろ言い方はあります。はい。日本に来たことがありますか？ Have you been to Japan? 日本に来たことがありますか？はい、私は日本に来たことがあります。Yes, I've been to Japan. いいえ、一度も行ったことがないです。No, I never been to. But I want to. 行きたいです。日本の料理は好きですか？ Do you like Japanese food? 日本の料理で好きな料理は何ですか？寿司、お好み焼き、たこ焼き。なんだっけ？何があるっけ？どちらでしょう？私は日本の料理好きです。健康で美味しいですよ。電話番号は何番ですか？ What's your phone number? 電話番号は何番ですか？ What is your phone number? 電話番号は090バババブラブラブラブラブラなんとかなんとかです。That's it for today. Today we did 15 questions that you should know でした。じゃんじゃん。Thank you for watching and subscribe. カットカットカット。うわっ！びっくりした。Do you guys know a lot about anime or manga? Which ones are your favorite? Do you want to know what Japanese people think? Anime is short for animation, and manga is Japanese comics. Join me as I ask around here in Akihabara. Let's go! 漫画かアニメどちらが好きですか？
漫画ですね。でも漫画を実写化したアニメも好きです。
難しいですね。でも漫画の方が好きです。
アニメの方が好きです。
アニメの方が好き。
漫画ですね。
漫画。
まあ漫画ですね。
アニメが好きですね。
どっちも好きですけど、やっぱりアニメの方が。
アニメ。
はい。
漫画の方が好きですね。
アニメですね。
僕漫画ですね。
漫画です。
そうですね。どっちも好きですけど、どっちかっていうと漫画の方が好きですけど。
アニメが好きです。
漫画の方が好きです。
漫画の方が好き。
自分も正直漫画派で。
漫画派。
好きな漫画とかありますか？
はい、シャーマンキングっていう漫画が好き。はい、古いジャンプの漫画なんですけど。
東京グールです。
東京グール。
京志郎2030っていう漫画があるんですけど。
京志郎2030、初めて聞きました。
ジャングルの王者ターちゃんの作者の人の。
こち亀。
こち亀。私でもわかります。
孤独のグルメとか好きです。
今ドラマやってるやつですか？好きな漫画は何ですか？
鋼の錬金術師とか、あとエアギアとか、あと魔法先生に決まったちょっと昔のやつなんですけど。
ガンダムとか。
ガンダム。
最近だとマガジンの7つの大罪っていう
7つの大罪。
漫画が好きですね。
好きなアニメありますか？
好きなアニメ、最近で言うとウマ娘が。
ウマ娘。
はい。今現実で活躍してた馬娘とか、もう現役を引退してしまった馬とかをモチーフにした擬人化のアニメなんですけれども、はい。
好きなアニメはアニメっていうか朝やってるプリキュアが結構好きで、それはもう欠かさず見てます。
今も朝に放送、日曜日の朝ですか？
そうですね、日曜日の朝に放送してるので、起きれないのでビデオ撮って起きてから見てます。
ありがとうございます。
手塚治虫のアニメとかが好きです。
特にどれが好きですか？
ジャングル大帝とか。
ジャングル大帝？探偵？
大帝。
ジャングル大帝。初めて聞いた。鉄腕アトム有名ですよね。
まあやっぱり秋葉原でシュタインズゲートですかね。
秋葉原シュタインズゲート。
いや秋葉原なので、まあシュタインズゲートっていうアニメが秋葉原が舞台になってるんで。
そうなんですか。
そうです。
シュタインズゲート。
はい。
今なんですかね。やっぱ今ゲームなんですけど、このディアボリックラバーズですかね。
本当だ。すごいいっぱい。これ多分見て興奮してる人何人かいると思いますけど。
今やってるやつだったらひな祭りっていうアニメが面白い。
ひな祭り。今テレビでやってるんですか？
やってます。
コミックガールズっていう、はい、今期やってるやつなんですけど。
っていうアニメ。
はい。ちょっと好きな声優さんが出てるんで。本当スロースタートっていう、1月から3月までやってた、まだ結構最近のアニメなんですけど、それ一緒で好きな声優さん出てて。
好きな声優さんはちなみに誰ですか？
峰内智美さんです。
皆さん結構そういう声優が好きで見るっていうことが多いんですかね？
でも多分普通のアニメ好きの人は絵とか見て決めるんだと思うんですけど、自分らは声優さん好きな感じなんで、アニメというよりかはなんで声優見て決めるって感じですよ。
好きなキャラクターはいますか？
金木くん。
金木くん。主人公ではないです。
主人公です。
ヒロイン役のアンナちゃんっていう子が大好きで、はい、アニメでは林原めぐみさんっていうエヴァンゲリオンでレイの声優やってた方が声当ててる。そうですそうです。声当てる方が声当ててらっしゃって、すごいハマり役で、そっちはアニメも好きなんですよね。はい。
主人公が京志郎っていうんですけど、京志郎がすごい強くて、おバカで結構はい。
結構コメディっぽい感じのやつですか？
コメディとバトルとみたいな感じですね。はい。
インチョキ堂っていう。
インチョキ。
インチョキ堂。
知らない。どういうキャラクターですか？
なんか骨董屋の店主みたいな感じです。
好きなキャラクター、そうですね、いっぱいありますね。
例えば1番は
じゃあ1番であげるならコードギアスのルルシュ・ランペルージュかな。はい。
好きなキャラクターは プリキュアのキャラクターだと今やってるハグタンっていう赤ちゃんのキャラクターがすごい可愛くて、
カオスちゃんっていう
カオスちゃん
カオスちゃん
カオスちゃんカオスってなんかカオス
カオスそういうカオスじゃないんですけど、ああそうですね、萌田薫子っていう
萌田薫
本名で、そうなんですよ。で相性つうか、そのコミック書くんでなんか原作のペンネームみたいなのがカオスっていう
カオスっていう、
はい
初めて聞いた。
ですけど、
アムロとか。
アムロってガンダムのアムロですよね。なるほど。ちなみに聞くの忘れたんですけど、これはなんていうキャラクターですか？
ディアボリックラバーズの、スバルくんっていう。
スバルくん。で、一番好きなキャラクターはこのスバルくん、スバルさんですかね。
そうです。
その主人公のメリオダスっていうキャラクターが
かっこいい名前です。
かっこいいですよね。
そのメリオダスが好きなキャラクター
ですね。
セーラームーンだったら誰が好きですか？
ヴィーナス。
ヴィーナス、黄色の子ですよね。同じです。好きなキャラクターは何ですか？
コードギアスのルルーシュが本当に大好きです。
ありがとうございます。
Here's today's keywords and phrases. 何々派 explaining a type of person. 擬人化 personification. 声優 voice actor. キャラクター character. 実写化 live action adaptation. 主人公 main character. 愛称 nickname. 登場人物 the characters in a play or novel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now I feel like watching anime. What are the top 3 anime you recommend? Please tell us in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hi everyone. Welcome to Japanese Top Words. Today's theme is 20 travel phrases you should know. Let's start. ありがとう Thank you. ありがとう Thank you. もし丁寧に言いたい場合はありがとうございますです。ありがとうございます。すみません Excuse me. すみません Excuse me. 例えば道を聞きたいときとかに人を呼び止めるときはすいませんこれはいくらですか How much is this? これはいくらですかこれはいくらですかあれはいくらですかそれはいくらですか駅はどこですか Where is the train station? 駅はどこですか東京駅はどこですか Where is Tokyo station? Something like that. Wi-Fi は無料ですか Is the Wi-Fi free? Wi-Fi は無料ですかすいません、パソコン使いたいんですけど Wi-Fi のパスワードを教えてください。Oh, connected. Thank you. 私はちょっと前までこの Wi-Fi を Wi-Fi って呼んでました。なんか友達が教えてくれるまでずっと Wi-Fi って言ってて通じなかったんですね。Wi-Fi です皆さん。これをください。I'd like this. これをください。すいません。これをください。100円です。はい。ありがとうございます。メニューお願いします。Could we have the menu, please? メニューお願いします。Could we have the menu, please? すいません。英語のメニューお願いします。おすすめはありますか ?Do you have any recommendations? おすすめはありますかあ、すいません。ここのお店のおすすめありますかほう。あ、じゃあそれください。でん。ピーナッツアレルギーがあります。I'm allergic to peanuts. ピーナッツアレルギーです。I'm allergic to peanuts. 猫アレルギーです。Cat. 花粉症です。私本当に花粉症で今の時期はとても大変です。ベジタリアン用のメニューはありますか Do you have any vegetarian dishes? ベジタリアン用の料理はありますかお肉が食べられません。I can't eat meat. お会計をお願いします。Could I have the check, please? お会計をお願いします。クレジットカードは使えますか Do you take credit card? クレジットカードは使えますか Do you take credit card? ビザは使えますかマスターカードは使えますか Do you take credit card? 写真を撮ってもらえませんか Could you take a picture of me, please? あ、すいません。写真を撮ってもらえませんかお願いします。チーズ禁煙席お願いします。I'd like to have a non-smoking seat, please. テントン いらっしゃいませ。2名様ですか？はい。禁煙席、喫煙席どちらがよろしいですか？禁煙席お願いします。喫煙席、smoking seat。負けてもらえませんか？ Could you give me a discount? 負けてもらえませんか？ Could you give me a discount? ダンダダンダダンダンダンダダンダダン。あ、これ欲しかったやつだ。やっと見つけたな、これ。あ、すいません、これ、いくらですか？もうちょっと負けてもらえませんか？もし負けてくれたら2つ買います。負けてもらえませんか？ Could you give me a discount? 地図ありますか？ Could I get a map? 地図ありますか？新宿駅の地図ありますか？予約をしたのですが。I have a reservation. いらっしゃいませ。あ、すいません。予約をしたのですが。I have a reservation. 水お願いします。Water, please. Empty. 水お願いします。英語を話せますか？ Do you speak English? 英語を話せますか？あ、すいません。英語話せますか？喋れない。どこかおすすめの場所はありますか？ Is there any place you recommend? 東京駅の近くでおすすめのラーメン屋さんはありますか？ Is there any ramen shops you recommend near Tokyo Station? Oh! Thank you for watching. That was 20 travel phrases that you should know. And if you really want to learn Japanese, subscribe to JapanesePort101.com. Thank you. Bye. I have to speak perfect English, but I can't. What can I do? Oh! ちょっと負けてもらえませんか？予約をしたアダムスファミリーじゃなくて
皆さんこんにちは。Hi everyone and welcome back to JapanesePod101.com's Katakana. In the last lesson, we learned the Hiragana characters ta, chi, tsu, te, and to. Be sure to review the last lesson if you're not feeling confident. After this lesson, you'll have learned over half of the Hiragana characters. Keep going, but don't forget to review the ones that you've already learned. We'll start with na. Na is one of just 3 Hiragana characters that have 4 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Natsu. Summer. Anata. You. Next up is ni. 1. There's a hane right here. 2, 3. The character kind of looks like a knee. These 2 strokes are the kneecap. Do you see it? Niku. Meat. Kani. Crab. Here is n. The first stroke goes at an angle. The second stroke crosses over twice and ends in a loop. Inu. Dog. Kinu. Silk. Let's learn net. The first stroke is straight up and down. Then we cross it once, twice, 3 times, and finish in a loop. Think of this loop as a fish swimming in a net. Think of this loop as a fish swimming in a net. Neko. Cat. Okane. Money. Finally, here's no. Just think of this as a sign with a slash through it, like a no smoking sign. Inoshishi. Wild boar. Ono. Axe. Now let's have a short quiz. I'll show you the hiragana and you read it. Bonus points if you remember what it means. Anata. You. Inu. Dog. Okane. Money. Now it's time for Chihiro's tip. Hiragana has evolved from more complex Chinese characters called kanji. Some kanji had easily recognizable sounds, so they were used phonetically. Then those were simplified over time and are used in the hiragana today. That's why you can find some kanji that look like hiragana and sound similar too. Have you ever given hana to your haha? In the next lesson, you'll learn how to write flower and mother in hiragana. See you next time!
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella. How are your Japanese listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
本屋さんで女の人が店員に頼んでいます。女の人はどの本が見たいですか？すみません。あの棚の上の本を見たいのですが。
どの本ですか？
車の本です。
ちょっと待ってください。これですか？
はい、そうです。
どうぞ。
女の人はどの本が見たいですか？本屋さんで女の人が店員に頼んでいます。女の人はどの本が見たいですか？すみません。あの棚の上の本を見たいのですが。
どの本ですか？
車の本です。
ちょっと待ってください。これですか？
はい、そうです。
どうぞ。
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
皆さんこんにちは。Hi everyone, I'm Chihiro and welcome back to JapanesePod101.com's Katakana. In the last lesson, we learned the hiragana characters ma, mi, mu, me, and mo. If you're not confident about these, be sure to review the last lesson. There are just 11 characters left, and we're going to learn 3 of them today. Now let's get started with ya. Ya is very tricky to get right. Make the first stroke like this. The second one here. The third stroke comes in at a slight angle like this. Yasumi, vacation. And hayai means fast. Next is yu. Start with a straight line, come all the way around like you're drawing a fish, but don't connect at the end. Then, come from straight above the loop, cut it, and curve to the left. Yuki is the Japanese word for snow. And you might see this during fuyu or winter. Our last character today is yo. Start with a straight line, then come straight down, do a loop and finish like this. Tsuyoi is strong. And Yokohama is one of Japan's largest cities. If you've been paying attention to the last 7 lessons, you may be expecting a yi and ye sound, but those sounds actually don't exist at all in Japanese. Okay, let's talk about one more thing today. Do you know the word kutsu? It means shoes. What about this word? Kutsu. It means pain. The difference between kutsu and kutsu may not sound like much. For kutsu, we just hold the u sound for twice as long as we do in kutsu. This u sound is one of the long vowels in Japanese. Japanese has 5 vowels, a, I, U, E, and O, and their lengthened versions are a, I, U, E, and O. So how do you write oki, which means big? The first sound is o as a long vowel, so when you write this word, you write 2 os in a row. The last I sound is also a long vowel, so you need another I in addition to the I sound in ki. So it's not oki, it's oki. And how about the word koko, which means high school? Can you hear the difference between that and the word for here, koko? In the case of koko, what we hear is only the o sound lengthened, but when you write this word, you don't write koko, but koko. There are 2 written versions, o and o, for the sound of o as a long vowel. For our quiz today, I'll say a word and you guess how many characters it takes to write it. Are there any long vowels in it or not? Chikai, chikai. Atarashii, atarashii. Koko, koko. Koko, kou, kou. Sayonara, sayonara. So, how'd you do? Pay close attention to...
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.